Hi everyone, my name is Gabby and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video, so I have no idea what I'm doing, but we are going to get there. I don't have a background in editing videos, content creation, or anything like that. This booktube is just something that I want to do because I enjoy reading. I love books, and if you want to follow along on this new journey and experience for me, then click that subscribe and like button and follow along. So let's talk about how I got to where I'm at now. I was never really a reader in like school, like middle school and even in high school. The first series that I probably read, and I don't even think I finished it fully, was the Twilight series. I don't think I read the last book. I wouldn't say that I loved reading at the time. As I got older, I knew that I wanted to read more and get more into reading. And in 2023, I had a reading goal of reading just 12 books. And I hadn't picked up a book since high school. And so that was like almost 8-9 years prior. With that goal of 12 books, I started off, my first book was heavy, and it is a heavy book, but it's a great read. So if you haven't read that, then I would add that to the list. I would say I finished that book probably within like a week or so. And then my second book of the year in 2023 was Good Morning Midnight. And that one took me a little bit longer to get into. I don't think it was the book necessarily or the story. It was just more of, I didn't want to read. Maybe not that, or I don't know. I just wasn't getting into it. Fast forward, so that was probably at the beginning of 2023. Fast forward to August of 2023, I picked up this read. Like many of you, I'm sure this is where it kind of all started for you. Well, this is where it all started for me. I flew through this book, like I devoured it, to the point that I finished it in 2 days. And it's not a small book, you know, especially for someone who hasn't read in years and has this like small goal and wants to start getting back into reading. This was a pretty hefty read for me. Finished it in 2 days, and then literally the day after I finished it, I reread it. I said, we gotta run that back, we have to do it again. And then it just took off into what is now my huge bookshelf. There's 2 more shelves that you can't see, but I've accumulated all of this. So it's been about like a year and a half now, almost a year and a half. And it's probably one of the best things that's happened to me. I found a hobby that I really love and enjoy. I found a community. I started my book talk, probably maybe like 6 or 7 months after I started reading, because I got into the Sarah J. Maas world and reading ACOTAR and Throne of Glass. So that's when I started my whole book talk, because I had questions about how to do, you know, the tandem read or just like the reading order for Throne of Glass. And I can make another video of the reading order that I enjoyed. I really talk for days about this entire universe. I've read all of them. Love, love, love Sarah J. Maas. So yeah, that's when I started my book talk. And I think just interacting with that community and kind of being like myself, it was just really nice. I thoroughly enjoy meeting new people, new readers, making new friends, and just having an endless TBR because of all the recs that I've seen online. I could talk about books for hours, and I couldn't say that, you know, pre this book, you know, a year and a half ago. I wanted to create another platform to become more comfortable talking in front of a camera and just putting myself out there. I think that book talk and having a TikTok, creating, has definitely helped with that, because I wouldn't say that I am the best like speaker, and especially like talking in front of camera, it's just weird. some of you guys know that. Having my platform and having my account on TikTok has definitely helped me become more comfortable and kind of just letting like, or just being free, and getting the support, like understanding that I have like support from people that I've never met before, you know? And I literally grew it from scratch. I'm not saying that I have a huge following. I only have like maybe 300 people, but I hope to just continue growing that. The more that I talk about books, have book recs, read more books, and have vlogs on anytime that I'm going to buy new books or anything that involves like bookish content. I'm hoping that I can just continue to grow that platform and this platform as well. I wanted to create a booktube just to have, I guess like another outlet, to where I can have like longer videos and just put myself out there. Hopefully you guys can just follow along and watch me grow and into this new journey. Now that you have a backstory for how this whole reading journey has started for me, let's get into my 2025 goals. Reading goals, book goals, whatever that may be. In 2024, my reading goal was 50 books and I completed it. So I read 55 books. I don't think that it was including my 2 rereads, so technically I read 57. And I'm super proud of myself for even accomplishing that, especially like it being a full year since I started, or since I picked a book up, picked it back up, however you want to look at it. 2025, my reading goal is actually gonna be 30. And the reason is because I just got engaged to my wonderful fiance and we are planning a wedding, and our wedding is in June and it's a destination wedding. So there's gonna be a lot of time being spent on planning that. So I don't wanna get too, I don't know, overconfident with my goal, because I know that I'm not going to read as many books like within a month. Maybe towards, because we are getting married in June, maybe towards the end of the year, I might be able to either catch back up or surpass my goal. If I could reach 50 again for 2025, that'd be great. But I am going to give myself 30 books for 2025, and we'll see if I hit that. Another one of my goals for this year is to try to read, or at least get started into the Brandon Sanderson Cosmere. I've heard that you need to start with the Mistborn trilogy, and I just want to dive in. I've heard so many good things about him as an author and the books that he writes, and I don't know, that's just one of my goals, that I really want to try to at least read either that first trilogy or at least one book of his, hoping surely I can read more than one of his books. Another one of my goals is to read the Poppy War series trilogy by R.F. Kuang. I've heard so many good things about that series, and just her as a writer again, that she's a great writer. I have one of her books, Babel, and I haven't started it yet, so I think I want to read the Poppy War series before that, but you guys let me know if I should start with Babel, because it's just one book, then I can start there too. But I do want to read at least one of her books this year. I am a fantasy girly through and through. Like, fantasy is my favorite genre. I guess you can include romantasy in that as well. I just love, I don't know, it's almost like escaping into a new world. And I know you can get that with any fiction book. You know, it's just something different about fantasy world. And I've always been like a huge Star Wars and Marvel nerd. It's not too far off that I really love fantasy, and that's my preferred genre for reading. Another goal that I have for this year is to try to read some more historical fiction or thriller books. I do have a few that I've read, but I don't know, I want to kind of switch it up, even though I love fantasy and I could literally read that for the rest of my life and I would be happy. But I do want to switch it up and try to read or get into other genres too. So those are my big reading goals or bookish goals, book goals for 2025. If I think of any more like my smaller ones, then I will definitely share with you guys. As far as videos, I'm hoping to post more content either like this, definitely book reviews. I'm gonna go through like monthly like reviews or just book recommendations, like what I've read like in the month of January, February, etc., etc. I'm also gonna go through and make some shorts as well, whether it's with the standalone books or if it's a book series, and just go through and make like hopefully cute little videos and like highlight specific lines or parts in the book that people can relate to. I'm also wanting to post vlogs, like I said earlier. So if that is to go to the bookstore, whether it's Barnes & Noble, or if I'm going to a thrift store or something like Half Price Books, just somewhere where I'm going to buy books or just go out for the day, maybe to the farmer's market, just more of like day in the life videos relating to like books, bookish content, reading, all that stuff. I would love to make a video. I've seen these a lot where it's like come with me and read for 24 hours or 24-hour readathon. If I can make that happen this year, I'd be a happy gal. I don't know how that's gonna work. I just can't. I think it would be crazy, but I also love my sleep, so I don't know if I could do it. But if I can get to that point and at least film one of those videos this year, I'd be good. And if not this year, then maybe in the future. But yeah, just thinking of like different things that I can at least share with you guys and give you this content, and you can follow along, you can learn some things, and I don't know, just meeting new people, or even if you don't comment and you're just watching my videos, if I can inspire someone to read, then that would make me happy as well. I am really excited. I am really excited to start this journey and this channel. It's been a long time coming, and I was so just nervous to start this, but my fiance has been very, very supportive of me starting this, because he knows how much I love books, love to talk about it, and just that it makes me happy. And so, like I said, it's taken a lot for me to get to this point, and I'm sure looking back in this first video, it's probably gonna be cringe, but you know, it's a starting point, and I gotta start somewhere. I hope that I can give you good recommendations, that I can make enjoyable content for you, or even just relatable content that you can look to or you can watch and you can show others and your friends. So I hope to see you guys in my next video.